honestly, I have to bang everything out within days, and that's the whole body of work that I turn into, uh, you know, so not much time at all anymore. It seems like we want everything even faster than before,
Got it.
which doesn't lend to completely finished work anymore, you know. So, you know,
Well, that also
uh,
kind
uh,
of that brings up kind of what you do because when you were talking about this, I was struck by how this is not just design. I mean, design is really the least of what you're doing. You're actually, writing story points and, creating moments.
yeah, yeah, you're inventing a personality. You're inventing an actor. It's not about the aesthetic exclusively. You're inventing an actor. And you know, if when I was working on, and say, for example, Prometheus, when Numi Rapace walked into the room, Ridley told her, he goes, "Oh, this is Carlos Huante. He's designing your co-actor in the scene." You know,
Nice.
and that's the way he described it. Because I was designing the engineer at the time, and she walked in, and we were looking at the shot of the sculpture that some guy had done of a design that I had done, and we were making, that's what we were talking. Is you're designing an actor, and so the actor has to have some. You have to know the guy that you're presenting, because no one else knows him. So he's coming in and doing an audition. You have to be the guy that knows that guy, so he gets the part. You know, otherwise he ain't gonna get the part.
Wow. Yeah. And you talked about rules. So you actually write rules out.
Yeah, for some projects, not for all. For most, I come up with rules that if the script is pretty clear, then I start to come up with rules for stuff. I mean, some of the stuff that I didn't have here was the stuff that I did for Goosebumps, for example, and all the stuff that I did, and the director is a friend of mine, Rob Letterman, old friend of mine, a really nice guy. And the idea for that film was that everything had to essentially be iconic and be the default of what that character was. So, say there's a Wolfman, it has to be the most standard version of Wolfman. It can't be super fantastic and crazy monster thing. It has to be the standard Wolfman because it's a children's impression of what that is. If you go too far, it is no longer going to be the flavor of that movie. So the rules are that it has to almost be like a toy in a way, for that film. Um, so no matter, I mean, you have to design for the story. You can't just randomly come up with ideas and think that, oh, I'm going to design something cool for this movie and just do whatever you do. You have to design for that story and be able to put yourself in there within those bookends. You know what I mean? Still put your flavor on it. That's not easy. It's not easy.
And sometimes it sounds like you have, like, the director may not have all those bookends together. So you
That,
have that
that's right. They
flexibility.
don't. Yeah, they don't. You can offer bookends. Sometimes they take it. Sometimes they don't. You know, and sometimes they just go way beyond anything, and you just keep on offering the idea, and you have to offer it in a way that is palatable, in a way, and you kind of have to be a politician in that sense, and to get your ideas to go down. You know what I mean? So that way they like it. You know what I mean? You have to make it easy for them to take it in, because you don't
Yeah.
want them to think that you're taking over their project, but you're just working on trying to help them to make their project look the best it can. You know?
Right.